Sita, so you mean to say that you want to come with me to the forest? Is this really possible? Do you know what kind of difficulties you have to face in the forest? Do you know what all kinds of ferocious animals you will encounter in the forest? Do you know how to even defend yourself? Sita, you are never used to such difficulties in the forest. You do not know how living in a forest will affect you. You have been brought up as the princess of great King Janaka, and now you are the daughter-in-law of the great King Dasharatha, who has been enjoying all the comforts in a palace. And now you are telling that you will be coming along with me to the forest. Don't you know? Don't think that coming to the forest is a play. Don't think you are just coming for a game. Living in forest is no game or no sport. Kridamanascha vistrabdha matta shunye tatha mrigaha drishtva samabhivartante site dukkhamato vanam. Hey Sita, vanam, that is forest, is dukkhamato vanam. Forest is nothing but sorrow. It is nothing but dukkham. If you want to see dukkham in a proper manner, you can see forest. Forest is nothing but a collection of all dukkham, all sorrow in this world. Dukkhamato vanam supyate parnashayyasu swayam bhagnasu bhutale. Till now you have been sleeping in such a beautiful bed which has all the soft feathers that have been weaved along with. You have been living in a palace where people around you keep fanning until you sleep. You have been living in a palace where people sing and dance for you to sleep. You have been living in a palace where people cook great food for you and they serve for you. Whereas everything will be contrary in the forest, hey Sita. Nobody will cook for you. Nobody will lay a bed for you. You will have to sleep on the floor. You will not get great food to cook. You will have only fruits and tubers in the forest. You will not have anybody who will sing and dance before you. You will have to sing for yourself. You will have to dance for yourself. There will be nobody who will build a palace for you. You should know the art of making a beautiful little hermitage. There will be nobody who will fetch water for you from the river. You have to go and fetch water from the river. Sita, after having said so many things, do you still feel that you will be a capable person who can live along with me in the forest? Please don't think that way, Sita. Supyate parnashayyasu swayam bhagnasu bhutale ratrishu shramakhinnena tasma dukkhamato vanam. He says dukkhamato vanam. Ram at least gives 20 to 25 verses saying these are the reasons why forest will be a personification of sorrow. These are the reasons why forest will be nothing but sorrow. He keeps on giving reasons one after the other. Sita acted as if she was listening very attentively to each and every reason what Ram was giving. At the end of it she said, "Hey Ram, have you spoken? Can I talk for some time?" Then she said, "Hey Ram, when I was young, I remember one episode wherein a lot of Brahmins had gathered around my kingdom. They all came to my father. You know very well, Ram, that my father is a great karma yogi. He is a person who is always interested in performing all the duties at the right point of time. And he is also a person who wants to gather very proper, healthy knowledge from all the learned people. While they were doing so, one of them read my face and said, 'Hey Sita, there is one thing for sure, Sita, that probably after you get married, you will have to spend a large amount of your time in the forest. So please be alert. Please be careful.' And Ram, the moment that Brahmin read my face and said that I would be living in the forest, you won't believe I had packed and kept all the necessary things to go inside the forest. Shall I bring that huge load, whatever I have packed for? I knew very well that I would be going to the forest, but I never knew that I'll be going with you. But I'll take this as a pleasure, because whenever I am with you, Ram, that gives me so much of pleasure. And I will show you that luggage, whatever I have packed for the forest. I have kept all the rice together, the dyodanam, that is curd rice, I have packed in one particular box and have kept, so that we could at least use that curd rice for 3 days. After that we will manage, we will get rice somewhere and I will cook for you and keep. Don't worry, Ram." Ram was surprised. "You are now talking about curd rice and baggage. How did you come to know of all this?" Then Sita said, "Please don't come to a conclusion. I have to tell you another particular thing. There was a mendicant The mendicant is generally a person who is like a sannyasi. These sannyasis also have power to foretell, to tell what will happen in the future. So one of the mendicants came to Sita while she was young and they said, "Hey Sita, I am able to read your palm and I can say that you will live for a very long time in the forest." Sita said, once this mendicant said this, I got the information reconfirmed. Because in our normal day life also, whenever we go to a doctor and he has diagnosed us of some disorder, we won't keep quiet. We go to another doctor for a second opinion. And only if he confirms whatever the first doctor has said, we will come to a conclusion that whatever the first doctor said was right. So Sita got the first-hand information from all the Brahmanas who had gathered in the kingdom. Once the mendicant confirmed the news, she was assured that she will be going to the forest. So she said, I had already got it double confirmed, so I will not be staying here, Ram. I will come along with you to the forest. Then Ram said, "Hey Sita, don't you know that if I go to the forest, I can manage. As a man, I have the ability to manage, but you are an innocent, beautiful woman who has never seen the atrocities and the ferociousness of the animals in the forest. You don't know that the path in the forest is not well laid. It is full of thorns. You do not know what will happen." Sita said, "I'll tell you why you are telling this. You are afraid of thorns. Don't worry. I will walk in front of you, so that when I walk in front of you, all the thorns will prick only me. And after they have pricked me, whatever path is laid after me going, when you walk, they will be free of thorns. So don't worry, no thorn will prick you, Ram. I will walk in the front. And don't worry, Ram, while I was married at the age of 6, but by the age of 6 itself, I had learned the art of archery. So I will carry a bow, I will carry arrows, the quiver, and I will fight those animals whichever attack you. So don't worry, you can come comfortably." Whatever Ram was supposed to say to Sita, Sita was now telling Ram. Ram was surprised. But this is the duty of every devotee. Wherever there is Bhagavan, wherever he goes, we have to go along with him. If you have seen the Ratha Yatra, the most famous Ratha Yatra is of Puri Jagannath, where Bhagavan is taken in a Rath and the Rath Yatra happens. Crores of devotees travel along with him. Why do they travel along with the Bhagavan? Have they not seen him before? Have they not seen the Rath before? Have they not seen the beautiful roads before? Why do they walk along with him? Because wherever there is Bhagavan, Bhagavatas should go along with him. Then only you can call yourself a Bhagavata. So Sita wanted to convey the message that wherever Ram was, that place was her Ayodhya. If Ram had left her and gone in Ayodhya, then that Ayodhya would not have been an Ayodhya to her. Wherever there was Ram, that place was her Ayodhya. In the Abhang tradition of Maharashtra, all the saints, be it Tukaram, Eknath or Namdev, they were all people, they were all devotees, Bhagavatas, who were always attached to one great god of Pandharpur, Purandara Vithala Swami. They were always attached to him and they always used to sing Abhangs. In one of the Abhangs, Sant Tukaram says, "Hey Bhagavan, I will keep following you wherever you go, and you keep following me wherever I go, because to you I am the only companion, and to me you are the only companion." Zethe zato te tu majya sangati salvi sihati dharuniya salvi sihati dharuniya salvi sihati dharuniya jethe zato te tu majya sangati चालो वाटे आम्ही तुझाची आधार चालो वाटे आम्ही तुझाची आधार चालवीसी भार सर्व माझा चालवीसी भार सर्व माझा जेते जातो तेथे तू माझ्या संगती बोळो जात बरळ करी सीते नीट बोलो जात बरळ कर सीते नीट नेलिलाज धीट केला देवा नेलिलाज धीट केला देवा जेथे जातो तेथे तू माझ्या संगती तुका म्हणे आता खेळतो कौतुके तुका म्हणे आता खेळतो कौतुके तुका म्हणे आता खेळतो कौतुके झाले तुझे सुख अंतर बाही जाळे तुझे सुख अंतर बाही जेथे जातो तेथे तू माझ्या संग ती तू माझ्या संग ती तू माझ्या संगती. When Sita said to Ram, "Hey Ram, I will walk in front. I will take all the pain that those thorns give, and I will defend you and myself from all the animals," we may think that she has said out of curiosity, but the Sri Vaishnava Siddhantam itself is based on that. Anything towards a devotee, for example, we devotees go and stand before Bhagavan, Sriman Narayan. He has two eyes. One represents the sun and one represents the moon. With his eye of moon, he always showers cool rays which overlooks the sins that we have committed. But the other eye, which represents the sun, not only overlooks the punyam that we have committed, but it tries to punish us for all the wrongdoings that we have done. But for Lakshmi, Jagannmata Mahalakshmi, both her eyes are that of moon. There is nothing like one sun and one moon. For Bhagavan it is one sun and one moon, whereas for Mahalakshmi, both her eyes represent the moon. That is why she is even regarded as the sister to moon god, Chandram Chandra Sahodarin. So when a Jivatma goes and stands before Paramatma Bhagavan Sriman Narayan and says that I want to do an unconditional surrender, that is Sharanagati at your feet, Bhagavan does not accept unless and until there is an intervention of Jagannmata Mahalakshmi. Unless and until Mahalakshmi gives the consent, Bhagavan will never ever accept a Sharanagati. He will never accept a Sharanagati if it does not involve the intervention of Shri, that is Mahalakshmi. In Agamas, there is one Agamam, important Agamam, which is called as Pancharatra Agamam. In Pancharatra Agamam, the last important scriptural text is Lakshmi Tantram. In Lakshmi Tantram, Lakshmi herself, she says, Nitya Nirdosha Janisima Kalyana Gunashalini Aham Narayani Nama Sa Satta Vaishnavi Para. Aham Narayani Nama. If he is Narayan, I am Narayani. If he is Vishnu, I am Vaishnavi. So, Lakshmi is never ever separated from Bhagavan. So, whenever we say Narayan, it is not correct. We should always say Shriman Narayan. Narayan and Lakshmi are inseparable. They are a dvandvam. They are a pair. You can only get them as a pair. People whoever wanted them separately suffered separately. Shurpanakha, that is Ravana's sister, she only wanted Ram. She did not want Ram with Sita. She wanted only Narayan. She did not want Lakshmi along with him. Hence she suffered, wherein her nose and ears were cut. That is why that place in Maharashtra is still called Nasik, where her nak, that is her ears and her nose were cut. Whereas Shurpanakha's brother Ravana wanted Sita alone. He did not want Sita with Ram. He wanted only Lakshmi. He did not want Lakshmi with Narayan. That is why he lost his head. Actually, he lost all his heads, all the 10 heads. Whereas Vibhishana, Sugriva, Hanuman, they are all people who wanted them as a pair. Vibhishana or Hanuman or Sugriva, they all wanted Ram and Sita. They did not want them separately. They neither wanted Sita separately or Ram separately. They wanted the pair. They wanted the Divya Dampati. They wanted the Dvandvam. They wanted Lakshmi and Narayan together. That is why they did not suffer, but they lived happily. Here, what Lakshmi intends to say in Lakshmi Tantram is, Aham Narayani Nama Sa Satta Vaishnavi Para. People, devotees, please listen. I am Vishnu's Vaishnavi. I am Narayan's Narayani. I am Sriman Narayan's Shri. In the word Srinivasa itself, Shri itself denotes Lakshmi. So they can never be separated. Like how a word and its meaning can never be separated, so can Bhagavan and Lakshmi be never separated. At the start of Raghuvamsham, Kalidas says, Vagartha viva samprittau vagartha pratipattaye. Like how a word and its meaning, a shabdham and its artham can never be separated, so like Lakshmi and Narayan can never be separated. They are a pair, they are a dvandvam. In Vishnu Puranam there is another Pramana Shlokam. There is one important Shlokam wherein it is said, Niti Vesha Jaganmata Vishnu Shriranapayini Devatve Devadeheyam Manushatve Cha Manushi Raghavatve Abhavat Sita Rukmini Krishna Janmini. Nitya Vesha Jaganmata. Jaganmata, that is Mahalakshmi. Vishnu Shri Ranapayini. She is never separated from Vishnu. She is always the companion. Whenever we walk on the road, we can never find that the shadow does not accompany us. It always accompanies us. It never says one day that I am tired today, so you go to the market, I will stay back at home. Wherever we go, at whichever point of time we go, shadow always comes with us. Likewise, Bhagavan and Bhagavati, that is, Sriman Narayan and Lakshmi are nothing but a phalam, a fruit and the taste. A fruit and a taste have to come together. They can never come separately. They are like a flower. The fragrance that comes out of a flower is never separate from the flower. It always comes together. Likewise, Bhagavan and Bhagavati, that is Narayan and Lakshmi, they always come together. That is why it is said Nitya Vesha Jaganmata Vishnu Shri Ranapayini. If Bhagavan is born as a Deva, he is born as a demigod, she is also born as a demigoddess. Devatve Devadeheyam. If he is born as a human being, she is born as a woman. Manushyatve cha Manushi. If he is born as Ram, Raghavatve Abhavat Sita. If he is born as Ram, she is born as Sita. Rukmini Krishna Janmini. If he is born as Krishna, she is born as Rukmini. So, what Sita wanted to highlight to Ram was, Hey Ram, I will accompany you everywhere. You know there are Pramana Shlokams both in Lakshmi Tantram of Pancharatra Agamam or in Vishnu Puranam or anywhere and everywhere that I will always come with you. Now why are you trying to reject all these Pramana Shlokams and trying to go against the Vedas? I will have to come with you. Despite that, Ram did not agree. Initially she said that she can tolerate all the ferocious animals and all the taunts. Then she said that I will walk in front, I will bear the pain of all the taunts and I will defend you and myself from all the ferocious animals. Then she said that she is not thinking this as a play because she was already foretold by one of the mendicants during her childhood days that she will be going to forest, and she had packed and kept her baggage that day itself. She also said that wherever he stays will be her Ayodhya. Despite having given so many reasons, Ram did not agree to any of Sita's reasons. Now it was time for Sita to show her Swarupam. We generally think that women in those days were very obedient, were people who always used to stand with folded hands before their husbands, and their husbands used to sit on a throne and used to command at them. This may be the situation now, which we may not be aware. But in those days, it was equal importance which was given to men and women. If you see the entire Srimad Ramayanam, what is the age difference between Ram and Sita? When Ram was married, he was at the age 12. When Sita was married to Ram, she was age 6. So what is the difference? They had a 6 years difference, which is huge, because people these days, the difference is just 1 or 2 years or even few months. But people think calling their husbands by names is just a trend right now. Not at all. If you have seen the entire Srimad Ramayanam, Sita addresses Ram as Hey Raghava. She never says Hey Natha, Mama Natha, Hey Natha. These days there was some point or period of time, due to the Mughal influence in our country, that effect, that influence of the Mughal invasion also fell upon the Hindu society. That is why in Mughal invasion, if you see, women are not allowed to see other men. Other men are not even allowed to see the skin of women. It is only for that they wear a parda. Whereas in Hinduism, there is no concept of parda, because we give only respect to Jivatma. Body is just a carrier for Jivatma. Though a husband should be loyal to his wife or a wife should be loyal to his husband, this is just a memorandum of understanding. There is nothing above it or below it. Whereas if you see other religions, especially Islam or other religions, wherein women are forbidden to see, that influence came upon the Hindu society, because of which after 1000 AD till 2000 AD, even Hindu women started covering their faces. If you go to North India, even villagers will cover their faces and talk. But no such concept was followed in the Vedic tradition. This point is to be made very clear. In none of the Puranas, in none of the Itihasas, be it Srimad Ramayanam or Sri Mahabharatam or the other Puranas, the major being Vishnu Puranam, then Varaha Puranam, then Srimad Bhagavatam, any of these Puranas, or in the Vedas, Upanishads, Vedangas and Upangas, none of the place you can find a woman covering her face and talking. They were all very bold in those days. And Sita addresses her husband Ram, though there was an age gap of 6 years, throughout the Ramayanam as Raghava. In no place she says, Hey Natha, Mama Natha and all that. So this is to just remind people of the fact that nothing that we are following today is our new discovery or invention. Though technology might have advanced, due to which you are hearing to me or to this discourse right now, it doesn't mean that this was absent in those days. Anything and everything that is present today was also present in those days. But only difference is it was present in a different form. These days we have something called as the radio, which picks up the right signal from the atmosphere and helps us know those things which are happening in the other corner of the world. Whereas it doesn't mean there was nothing like a radio in Yugams like a Dwapara Yugam or Treta Yugam. Rishis in those days had the power like a radio or a transistor box, wherein they could grasp the information from the atmosphere and deliver it to people. So they were not dependent on machines like transistor or radio. They themselves were transistor, they themselves were television, they themselves were the Doordarshan. So nobody should assume that women being very bold, women talking anything that they like, women given equal importance is a concept today. Nothing of that sort. Women were given more importance than what they are being given today. Women had more confidence in talking to their husbands in those days rather than women who are talking to their husbands these days. This is to remind people of the only fact that please don't try to underestimate our tradition. Our tradition of Sanatana Dharmam in Hinduism is very strong. We have given equal importance and we are very broad-minded, very liberal. So in no way on reading, people who read Ramayana and Mahabharatam should not make or mock at it. They should not think this is for fun. Bhagavan has given this, he has enacted this, he has incarnated to just exemplify the facts whatever he has said in Vedas. Whatever is being said in Vedam and Vedantam is tough, whereas whatever he has incarnated and showed to us in Ramayanam and Mahabharatam is easy. Whatever is told in Vedam and Vedantam is also told in Ramayanam and Mahabharatam. But if we read Vedas and Vedantas, we may get confused, whereas if we read Ramayanam and Mahabharatam, we will make our things easy and we will get our things cleared. So in no way we should try underestimating our tradition. Sita, who gave all possible reasons to Ram, could not convince Ram. Now she had to utter a particular statement which is a turning point in the entire Ramayanam. People assume that the turning point is Ramayanam is only when Ravana abducted Sita. For Sita's power and celibacy and her important Pativratyam, she could have burnt Ravana the next moment. She herself says this to Hanuman in Sundara Kandam. She says to Hanuman, you think that I am without any power. You think that I am crying here because I don't have any power. Listen, hey Hanuman, if I now have a willpower and if I say Bhasma Bhasmarha Tejasa, if I try to utter the word Bhasmam, Ravana will get burnt. But I am not saying it because I am the wife of Ram and it is the duty of a husband Ram to protect me. I should not defend myself. It is for that reason I am sitting here. So, in no way we should assume that Sita was powerless. She did not have any power. She had more power than Ram. So, now it was time for Sita to utter this turning point shlokam. She said to Ram, "Hey Ram, you can leave me in Ayodhya and go. All this while I was trying to convince you of the fact that I am your wife and I have to accompany you everywhere, and I also told you the very fact that wherever you go, I will know that that place is Ayodhya for me. But you never listened to me. Hey Ram, you can go to the forest. But one thing Ram, my father has made a very big mistake." Ram had never heard Sita talk in such a sarcastic and such a angry tone before. He asked, "Hey Sita, you mean to say that your father has said something to you? What has he said?" "He has not said anything, Ram, but there is one thing for sure, that he has married me to a lady who is dressed in the dress of a man." Ram was totally surprised and flabbergasted on hearing this particular remark from Sita. How could a great person of so much of strength and valor and viryam like Ram tolerate such a statement? She said that my father has married her to a person, to a lady who had disguised herself as a man. So she said that Ram was not a man. She said, "Kim tvam anyata vaidehaha pita me mithiladhipaha Rama jamataram prapya striyam purusha vigraham." Striyam purusha vigraham. You are nothing but a woman statue who's dressed with a man's clothes. Then she went one step forward. She even said, "My father is a fool, Rama. Why should I blame on you? Because he has married me to a person, actually to a woman who has dressed herself in the dress of a man." Striyam purusha vigraham. Ram now finally said, "Sita, you can please come with me." He said, "Sahi dishtanavadhyangim vanaya madirekshane anugachhasva mambhiru sahadharmachari bhava." Hey Sita, even now I can remember that your father had said that you should be following me everywhere, so you can come along with me. Sita thought in her heart, it seems, you could have told this before itself. Why did you wait for me to rebuke and scold you? Now, why did she use the word Jamata? Rama Jamataram Prapya. Actually, Jamata means a son-in-law. Janaka had a son-in-law like Ram. Janaka was very fortunate. But it is generally said Jamata Dashamo Grahaha. A son-in-law is a planet. What does this mean? That is, before the marriage, the girl's parents would be doing a pradakshanam, will be doing a pradakshanam of 9 planets. They are called the Navagraham because generally our horoscope, which is the Jatakam, is based on the movements of these particular planets, these 9 planets. So they keep doing a pradakshanam of these 9 planets so that their daughter can get married in a nice place, so that they could get a very eligible and a capable bridegroom. But after the marriage, the girl's parents don't do a pradakshanam of the 9 planets. They do pradakshanam only of the 10th planet. Who's the 10th planet? Who's that new addition? It is nothing but their son-in-law. Because if the 9 planets trouble them up to some extent, the 10th planet, who's the son-in-law, will trouble along with his parents 10 times more than what the 9 planets could trouble. That is why they say Jamata Dashamo Grahaha. The son-in-law is the 10th planet. It is a saying in Sanskrit. Jamata Dashamo Grahaha. This was said because Ram as a son-in-law had never caused any trouble to King Janaka. But Sita was reminding Ram of the fact, "Hey Ram, as a Jamata, as a son-in-law, you have never given any trouble to my father King Janaka. That is agreeable. But because you have not given any trouble to my father King Janaka, it doesn't mean that you should compensate that by giving all the trouble to me." That is why, to remind him of the fact of not giving any trouble to her, she used the word Rama Jamataram Prapya Striyam Purusha Vigraham. Ram immediately said, "Sita, you can come," because he thought whatever little manam he had, whatever little status or prestige he had, would be lost if he let Sita continue talk more. That is why he said, Sita, you please come along with me to the forest. What you have said is right. What I have done is wrong. Please follow me. Now Sita's plan of going to the forest was accomplished. But now comes a doubt. How can Mahalakshmi herself say that Bhagavan is a person who's dressed in the dress of a man? Actually, he is a woman. If you remember in the Balakandam, Vishwamitra had been foretelling whatever would happen in the future years in the other Kandams to Ram. It is for that reason he had told the various Vrittantam, the various stories. Vishwamitra was not a normal Pandit who is available these days for 50 rupees and 100 rupees. He was a Brahma Rishi. He was a Sarvatantra Swatantraha. He knew what would happen in the future. So he was trying to foretell Ram that Ram, I will tell you two important Vrittantams. One is Kurmavatara Vrittantam, where I will be talking about Lord Shiva, and the other is Mohini Avataram, which is a part of Kurmavataram. He said the importance of Shiva drinking poison because in Ayodhya Kandam, when Ram and Lakshman are both attacked by Nagapasham, by Nagastram, it is only Rudravataram, it is only the incarnation of Shiva who was Hanuman who protects them by bringing the mountain. And he invokes even Garuda Bhagavan. Likewise, he mentioned Mohini Avataram. During Kurma Avataram, if you remember in Balakandam, I mentioned how Bhagavan incarnated in the form of a beautiful lady and gave Amritam to Devas and the Varuni, that is the other liquor to Asuras. So that during that Mohini Avataram, Bhagavan took the incarnation of a lady, Mohini. Why did Vishwamitra mention Mohini Avataram to Ram? Because Vishwamitra was foretelling and reminding Ram of the fact, hey Ram, please convince yourself that in Ayodhya Kandam, the most obedient, the most knowledgeable, the most mature, the most important wife of yours, that is Mahalakshmi, who was incarnated as Sita, will utter a particular statement which will remind you of your Mohini Avataram when you have incarnated as a lady. That is why now Sita said, Rama Jamataram Prapya Striyam Purusha Vigraham. Had Bhagavan not incarnated as women, the word women would not have been associated with Bhagavan at all. But according to our Vedas, according to our Purvacharyas, be it Adi Shankaracharya or Bhagavad Ramanujacharya or Madhvacharya or importantly Swami Vedanta Deshika, there is only one man in this world and all the others are women. Anybody you see in this world, men are also women, women are also women. If all and everybody in this world are women, there is only one man, and that one man is Bhagavan, Vasudeva, that is Srimad Narayan. He is the only Purushaha, and since he is the best among all men, he is called Purushottamaha, and all the others are women. That is why in Vishnu Puranam they say that he is the Purusha. Sayeva Vasudevoyam Sakshat Purushau Yate Stri Priyam Itarat Sarvam Jagat Brahma Purusham Param Purusham Param Purusham Param Purusham Param.